you for joining me for this presentation on the Denali Explorer adventure for next year in Alaska with Sandra Nelson. My name is Mandy McCarthy, and I'm based here in beautiful Colorado, but I'm so grateful for technology to allow me to feature this presentation for you today. Of course, Princess has won #1 in Alaska for decades, so we understand our travelers have some expectations. So we always make sure that your expectations are exceeded when you go to Alaska with us in any adventure you travel with us at Princess. Our staff on board is absolutely phenomenal. They're happy to work for Princess, and it shows throughout every interaction that you have with them. We own the lodges, and throughout your experience, it will be seamless. And everyone that's working in Alaska understands the expectations for our travelers and make sure that they really deliver when you travel with us. And this also mentions it being great for all ages. Absolutely. It is fresh air and wild and beautiful and vast. And there's so much on board and at the lodges throughout the experience that will absolutely captivate any age group. So let me get into some details of what you'll be experiencing on board and throughout the experience with us here at Princess. You'll be receiving a medallion. In the center there pictured, that's something that will come to you automatically when you register for this trip with Sandra. So this is going to be on a lanyard initially, but there are some extra accessories that you can purchase for an additional cost. But otherwise, you'll have the lanyard to where it will allow you to embark and disembark so much easier and much more efficient. It also will allow you to walk up to a cafe or the bar and they'll say, "Hello, Miss McCarthy. Would you like another oat milk latte?" Or at the bar, they will ask me if I would like another Moscow Mule, and the answer is always yes. So we're really this allows us to personalize your experience. In addition to that, you're going to also have keyless room entry. Your door will illuminate green. You'll know you're in the right place, and the door automatically unlocks. We also have the best Wi-Fi at sea, so if you need to stay connected while you're on board, that won't be a problem with us here at Princess. Also, I wanted to mention that whenever I'm on board, I make sure and use the feature of having whatever I need delivered wherever I am on the ship. The medallion is a feature that allows us to see where you are, and so our staff can actually deliver a cheeseburger and beer poolside anytime or wherever you're at on the ship. You can order whatever you need in order to be comfortable. Another thing is you can find anyone that you're traveling with through the medallion via the app. So lots of wonderful benefits with this awesome technology, and you'll see more of that while you're on board. Um, and this is our itinerary for this awesome adventure next year. You're going to be on board the Coral Princess, which is one of our smallest ships in our fleet. So a lot of people love the Coral Princess, especially for Alaska, because it's small and able to get into those nooks and crannies and get closer. And so you're able to have a really unique experience on board this ship. And I'm sure that's why Sandra chose this particular vessel, and this sailing is our most popular. Absolutely, this route is fantastic. Now, I want to draw your attention to that map up top. That is going to be for your land portion. That's going to come after your cruise with us. So let me cover that real quick. We're going to be traveling from you can see here, you're going to go on the cruise first, and then you'll be experiencing the rail that will take you up through Denali. You're going to see so many beautiful rural areas and just wilderness that goes on forever, and experience five-star service on board that rail car. And then you'll be staying at the Denali Princess Lodge as well as the McKinley Princess Lodge, both top lodges, top reviews, and just a fantastic experience for your land portion, which I'll cover after the cruise portion today. And then if I could direct your eyes down to the bottom left there, you can see here that you'll be starting in the beautiful city of Vancouver. It's so gorgeous, so clean. I know Sandra has a pre-night scheduled for everyone, so please do take advantage of that pre-hotel because all of your transfers, your air, the pre-hotel, it's all included. So having it all under one roof is really a beautiful thing. So as you can see here, you're going to be traveling from Vancouver up north to Ketchikan and Juneau, as well as Skagway. You'll have that scenic cruising as well throughout this area. Hubbard Glacier, and then you'll be, of course, ending in Anchorage, which is also known as Whittier, the port there. So let's get on with the show. Here you can see you're going at one of the very best times. I just returned from Alaska in August and it was phenomenal. The crowds are gone because usually June and July, that has most of the crowds during that time. August, most of the kids are back in school, so things calm down a little bit. And as you can see, you're actually, it doesn't show the northern lights here, but the northern lights can be seen a lot in August. When I was there, they were visible one night, and the lodge called me for a wake-up call so I could go out and see them. They'll do that wake-up call for the northern lights as well as seeing Denali, the mountain, which we were lucky enough to see Denali on the train ride in August. And only 30% of the travelers get to see Denali. So I feel very fortunate, and I'm hoping that you'll experience that same luck. But you'll be able to see likely snow-capped mountains. Beautiful fall colors start blooming this time of year in August in Alaska. And then, of course, you've got a lot of the wildlife ready for hibernation. So they're out there. Hopefully you'll see some grizzly bears and the Big Five, especially for the land tour portion of this adventure. So we have the most phenomenal seafood on board, and of course have won awards for that. I want you to be aware that this is sustainably sourced. We use the local farmers in Alaska, the local fishermen to make sure that we are giving that business and giving back to this area that we so love and love traveling to. So you'll taste that freshness on board. And I consistently hear about how people have had the best crab legs they've ever had, the best salmon, of course. Just really incredible culinary delights await you, no matter what restaurant you're experiencing. I love our buffet on board, and I never loved any buffets ever in my life, but our buffet on board is phenomenal. The ingredients are incredible, from the buffet to the cafes to the casual restaurants and the specialty restaurants. Just really exceptional culinary experiences await you. And I did cover this a little bit when we first started, that you're able to actually go 500 miles further north into the Gulf of Alaska thanks to this itinerary that Sandra chose. So this really makes it special. And like I said, the Coral Princess really allows you to get in there and closer to the glaciers and the land, which really makes it a special experience and really expedites the itinerary for you. And as you can see here, we have several different partnerships with celebrities. We have everything from rosé from Kylie Minogue to whiskey with Liev Schreiber. We also have the tequila from Matthew McConaughey and his wife on board, and Aquaman usually that will get the attention for his vodka on board. We also have Amore. The Amore line is a zero alcohol collection, and it really allows anyone that's pursuing a healthier lifestyle, a sober lifestyle, to really enjoy um, excellent curated cocktails on board with us and really be a part of the celebration, as well as everyone having an alcoholic beverage. So check out that Amore line. If you go sailing with us, you really won't miss a thing. The taste is there, and it's just a phenomenal beverage every time. And as you can see here, you'll be traveling on the beautiful Coral Princess. You'll be up in majestic Alaska, which the pictures never do it justice, but you'll be departing Vancouver at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, August 12th. And on board the Coral Princess, you're going to have so much to experience on this ship. So I wanted to mention that there is a chef's table experience that you can add on to your voyage that is absolutely phenomenal. There are several courses with wine pairings, and it was just one of the best culinary experiences I've ever had in my life. So please do consider that. But while you're on board, of course, all of your entertainment comes with your adventure. So you're going to have top-notch production shows. They are just so talented on board and really so much energy and a phenomenal experience no matter what show you see. Also, we have casinos on board, that we have the best spas on board as well. Dancing, music, there's trivia, game shows, the pools, the spas, and another thing that we win awards for is the beds. We have the best beds at sea. And I didn't know there was such a thing as a sleep expert, but we hired one here at Princess to make sure you get phenomenal sleep when you're on board with us for all of these adventures you're going to be having during the day. So this picture represents Ketchikan, and you'll be here from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's a beautiful port. As I'll mention several times, pictures never do it justice, but a lot of these ports are so colorful, this lush green color. And this is a sport fishing hub. So these are pictures that will pop in that I actually took on some of my adventures in Alaska. So if anyone likes to do any fishing, Ketchikan is a great spot to do that. I think it's very popular throughout, but Ketchikan being especially popular. Yes, that is a crab that was caught at sea, and you can do several different excursions each place you go. But keep in mind, these ports are absolutely fantastic by themselves. Ketchikan has waterfalls and creeks running through it with salmon that you can actually see swimming through. Tons of shops, waterfalls. They have the largest totem pole collection here. So, so much to do, but please do consider hopping on an excursion if you're interested in seeing the area outside Ketchikan other than the port. And then this slide represents Juneau, and Juneau is a fantastic port. It is the capital of Alaska. It only has like 30,000 people there, but you'll be here from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and check out that port that you'll be pulling up to. It's just gorgeous, surrounded by mountains and sky, and you've got the ocean right there. It's just a beautiful scene when you're there in Juneau. So as I mentioned, there from 9 to 9, you're going to have plenty of time to check out all the things that Juneau has to offer, in addition to checking out this area. There's also Tracy Arm. There's a great museum in Juneau, as well as a tram that will go up the mountain there to give you a really awesome view of the downtown area. And this is a picture I took of Juneau. I just thought, oh, that slug bug is so cute and perfectly placed. As you can see here in this picture, I did want to draw your attention to the flowers. I was really surprised the first time I went to Alaska how vibrant the flowers are. There's such a short growing season here, but the flowers just come back thanks to that short growing season, and the challenges hardier and stronger than ever, just like us people, right? The challenges make us more beautiful. So the flowers will absolutely blow your mind. I remember the first time I would go up to them and touch them to see if they were real, because the colors are just so vibrant. This picture represents Skagway. I wanted to make sure I did not forget to mention the White Pass train. This is a phenomenal experience. It is absolutely magical. It's a restored train from, of course, the gold rush being present here in the late 1800s. So this will take you through some really rural, beautiful places. Absolutely phenomenal views. Please do consider doing this White Pass train excursion while you're in beautiful Skagway. from 7 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. Oftentimes, Skagway is people's favorite port. We do bring these adorable sled dog puppies on board, so you'll be able to see these sweethearts while you're in port with us. But also, the port itself is absolutely magical. As you can see here, you'll pull up in your cruise ship. It's like VIP parking, and then you're able to check out this precious town surrounded by mountains. And I do believe you'll probably have snow-capped peaks while you're there, since you're heading at the just best time of year to be going up there. And keep in mind, you never know what the weather's going to be like in Alaska. I say just expect some rain, some mist, and cloudy skies because there have been several times that I've been there where it was rainy and cloudy the whole time, and it's just a cozy, special experience when it's that way. And then if you do get sunny days, it is just magical. The sun comes out, and then all of the colors are like Technicolor even more, and that really makes it extra beautiful. But please do count on clouds, rain, and we'll make sure you're well prepared for any binoculars, rain boots, that sort of thing. We'll make sure you have all that information before you depart on this adventure with us. This picture is showing one of the beautiful scenes you'll see. You're going to have a couple days of scenic cruising where you're going to go through and you're going to see Hubbard Glacier and you're going to see College Fjord, where there's all of these glaciers that are named after all of these Ivy League schools. And this collection of tidewater glaciers is the largest in the world. So these are really precious places that you're able to travel to. And Princess is one of the few that can get you there. As you'll see, as you travel throughout, there are bald eagles everywhere. There are orca whales. I have video of a orca whale flipping its tail in the water right outside my balcony. So please, please book a balcony with Sandra. They're usually not much more than inside, but even if it is a little bit more, it's worth it. You can sit on your balcony and take in these beautiful sights and see the wildlife right outside your door. Of course, you are going to have different places on the ship that are great spots for viewing. If you do end up booking an inside, you can always go up on deck. We're going to have hot cocoa and naturalists and rangers coming on board, telling everyone what to look for, where to look if there's some wildlife viewing to see. And they're just going to be able to give you the flora and fauna of the region and really bring it to life for you all. So lots of awesome places to be on the ship. You can't go wrong because we're going to do a 360 while we're in any one of these bays. So everyone gets a view no matter where you are on the ship. You're able to see everything in this precious region of the world. And I did want to mention, of course, the Northern Lights are oftentimes visible in August, and you can get some magical views when you're in this area of the Northern Lights. And of course, we will do those wake-up calls on board and at the lodges for you so you don't miss such a magical experience. And this is representing your train that's going to be taking you into the wild, into the wilderness of Alaska. This is just one of the favorite pieces of these experiences. It's seamless. You're going to be, your luggage is going to be scooped up and taken and sent to your lodge. It'll be in your room when you arrive, and you'll be whisked away from Anchorage to Denali on board this scenic dome car. As you can see on the right, this is where you'll be sitting. On the top right is where you'll sit most of the time. And then on the bottom right, you can see there, that's where you'll be able to have your meal. So you can order whatever you'd like on board. They have fantastic commentary, great drinks, wonderful Bloody Marys on board, and it's just a wonderful experience. I would go on this rail car for a couple days. It's that comfortable. You can get up and walk around. There's a open air car in the bottom on the back. That's where I spent most of my time. I'd go up and get a drink and then hang out there just to get that Alaska fresh air and be able to see pretty cool view from the back of the train as well. So this rail car experience will take you up to Denali, and here's where our Princess Wilderness Lodge is, and it is, you feel like you're staying in a cabin. It's rustic, it's gorgeous, expansive, and there's all of these restaurants and shops right there on campus. You're going to have so much to explore. Thank goodness you've got 2 nights in Denali because I mean, I think I could spend a week here. It's just a magical place. And down here, you can see this river here, oftentimes you'll be able to see wildlife there. Moose will come up and get a drink. I've never seen a bear there, but I've heard that people do see bear down there. And you can sit out on the deck and just enjoy this gorgeous view. Absolutely magical place. And then, of course, you will be going into Denali. It's probably my favorite place on earth. And I've been a lot of really incredible places thanks to being in the travel industry for 5 years or so now. So, but Denali, the national park, is absolutely mind-blowing. It goes on for millions of acres. We're only able to access a portion of it, but thanks to our partnership with the park, only so many people get to go into Denali per day. And only certain people are able to go so far into the park, and that's the kind of tour you'll be able to get with us. And I highly, highly recommend doing that Tundra Wilderness tour versus the Natural History tour. You do get a tour with your booking, and that is the Natural History tour, and that's a 4-hour tour. But the Tundra Wilderness tour is an 8-hour tour, and it is worth it. 8 hours flies by so quickly, it goes too fast. This last August, I was able to see every single animal: grizzly bears, moose, caribou, Dall sheep, everything except for wolves on our adventures. So please do consider, I think it's only $30 for that upgrade to the Tundra Wilderness Tour, and you'll have a narrated adventure that you will never forget. Of course, be on the lookout all the time for these. Denali's Big Five. Our guide was just a riot. He was funny, he was engaging, he was so knowledgeable, had spent so many years in Alaska, actually lives off grid in Alaska. Such a cool individual to hear his story, what brought him there, and his love for Alaska, in particular Denali. So it was pretty incredible because he would be driving down the road and he would be able to see wildlife and tell us where to look. So and they're all in communication with each other too. So if there is a special animal, especially the grizzly bears, I think being number one most popular, they all communicate with each other and are able to get everyone that's in the park that day, hopefully a viewing of these special creatures. And one thing I did want to also mention, we are accessible throughout Alaska. So you are going to have no problem if there's any mobility issues. Just let Sandra know, and she'll fill out a form, and we'll be ready for you with any accommodations that you might need while you're up in Alaska with us. Keep in mind also if you have any food needs, any dietary restrictions, let Sandra know before you travel with us as well, so we can make sure that we accommodate those needs, no problem at all. I know my family has several different needs in regards to diet, and my team as well here at Princess. We do a great job of accommodating all of those needs while you're on board or even at the lodges with us. And another thing I wanted to mention is our military benefit. We have got the best in the industry. So you'll just send that information over to Sandra, and that'll be on file for you. And you'll get some onboard credit depending on how long the adventure is. It can be anywhere from $100 to $250. So that's just a nice benefit, and I'm very proud of that. Princess is a fantastic company. Premium 4-star at least experience every time you travel with us, and just a classy, honest, wonderful company to do business with. So Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate your attention. I've got two teenagers that cannot believe people willingly listen to me for 20 or 30 minutes, but please do reach out to Sandra for any questions about this adventure. She has group space secured, so the price it will not fluctuate. But it is first come, first serve. So she's got a handful of balconies, inside suites, mini suites, everything that we offer here at Princess. So please do make sure that you put down your deposit because there is no commitment all the way up until May 14th of 2026. You can receive a refund for your deposit. So go ahead and put that money down, secure your spot, and hopefully you'll be able to make it. But if you get a blessing, between now and then, a wedding that you need to attend, or a grandchild that's going to be coming, or whatever the case might be, you'll have that option to go ahead and get a full refund all the way up until May 14th of 2026. So thanks again, everyone, and I certainly hope to see you up in the wilds of Alaska soon.